Hello, BookTube. It's Tuesday, and that means Tag Tuesday in our little corner of BookTube. I've got the mini-me all fired up here, and I have a tag that I want to do for today. It was created by Everything Ellie, and I'll leave a link to her channel down below. It's the last tag that I will do in 2020, and it is properly reflective, which is something that I like to do at this time of year. It's the BookTube Reflections Tag. And the first question is, did you reach any bookish goals? I presume in 2020, and I certainly did. Not just bookish goals, but also BookTube goals. In terms of reading, I read more in the year 2020 than I had in any previous year. Started off a little rocky. I think a lot of us experienced that, where the first wave of the pandemic hit in the United States, for instance, and things got really bad. And suddenly we were confronted with the hypothetical that we had dreamed about forever, which is what would happen if you were at home with nothing to do but read. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But the pandemic had a psychological element that affected me as much as anybody else. It slowed my reading down, and it made a lot of it rather simple. Fortunately for me anyway, my reading came back fairly quickly, and then came back into overdrive, because even my minimal social commitments outside of Hyde Cottage were completely erased. So I literally did have nothing to do but read all day long. And so I did, and I wouldn't have beat myself up if I hadn't exceeded that number, but I exceeded 2019's number, and there's still reading to be done. So that was great as a goal. And also my BookTube channel, again, I don't know if these are goals. My goal was mainly just to enjoy myself, and boy, oh boy, did I do that in the course of 2020. But I also hit milestones. I mean, well over 3 million views, well over 8,000 subscribers. Lots and lots of new people, new voices, new friends, lots and lots more contacts on Voxer, lots and lots more Zoom chats, all that sort of stuff. All the stuff that I wouldn't have codified as goals, but that I was sort of vaguely hoping. I was vaguely hoping that my BookTube channel would just continue to be active and really enjoyable, and it was in 2020. So if I'm going to call those goals, they were met. Question number 2, shout out a bookish person or people that you felt really supported by. Well, that's going to be a little tricky on this channel, because I felt supported by pretty much all of you. All kinds of people reaching out to me. If I made a video and mentioned that I hadn't been feeling well, or that Frida hadn't been feeling well, I would get tons and tons of I leave my email on every video. I would get tons of emails from people saying, oh, you know, what's wrong? Is it serious? Can I help in any way? That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And that happened regularly all year long. I mean, the above and beyond the call support, there's Mark Richardson, of course, and his whole family, who are willing to put up with, were in 2019 and a bit of 2020, were willing to put up with a weird mega stuffed Oreo munching stranger coming to the house as long as they got to see Frida. That was wonderful to be welcomed in such a way. That felt great. Also, Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, and Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading, the heart and soul of BookTube. They are our very own version of Ma and Pa Kettle. Couldn't do without them, and that is a very, I mean, on camera and behind the scenes, they are a genuinely caring presence. That was absolutely fantastic. And of course, there's my arch nemesis, Brian at Bookish, my eyebrow baby. And of course I felt supported by my Reddit wife, Britta. Reddit in 2020. A rumor went around Reddit that Britta and I are married, that we're lawfully wedded husband and wife. So of course I felt supported by her, and lots of other people too. That was the highlight of 2020 for me in terms of BookTube, was the greater and greater personal connection. Just fantastic. Question number 3, what's been your favorite video that you have uploaded? For me, it was my minimalism videos. I did 2 minimalism videos when this room had nothing in it at all, because I had nothing else to do. Absolutely could not move any of this stuff myself, so I had to just sit around and watch other people do it, and I was therefore vulnerable to their schedules. So so I finally got to make a minimalism video in an empty room. And that was just great. The question number 4, name a video that didn't do as well as you thought it would. This mystifies me. The minimalism thing I picked right away because it's fun. But I don't have any expectations for how I expect a video to do. I don't look at my view count or anything like that. I don't look at my traffic or or I don't look at anything like that. I probably could figure out how to do it, but I don't have any interest in looking at the metrics of performance on a special video. Question number 5: what did you really struggle with on your channel in the course of this year? One of the struggles was annotation. I do a lot of talking in my videos, and I do a lot of alluding. I allude to a lot of things, and I've lost count of the number of videos where I would say, okay, I've just name checked X, Y, and Z, and I have things to link to, videos or articles or reviews, and I will make sure to note that down below, and then I don't do it. So annotation was a big thing that I could have done better with. Question number 6 is, what are some things you want to improve? One does not improve on perfection. Okay. And question number 7, what do you want your viewers to know? And here, as we wind down the year, this is my last tag of 2020 and one of my last videos. And there's, of course, the main thing that I want my viewers to know is how grateful I am. I want all of you to know how grateful I am for this relationship, for this friendship that we have been building now for a long time, and that I love. I just love it. It's full of sass and recommendations and humor and genuine care. I think it's fantastic. I don't know anything else like it, on or off the internet, but especially on YouTube. I don't know anything else like it. It's significantly better than the version of it that I imagined, that I hoped for before I started a BookTube channel. Before I started a BookTube channel, I had dreams about a kind of fellowship, and the real version beats it completely, just completely. So the thing that I would want to say, what was it again? What message do you want your viewers to know? Is how grateful I am. I am incredibly grateful, especially in 2020, which has been a horrible, horrible year for pretty much everybody, for all sorts of reasons, for pretty much everybody. Certainly for me, and for reasons that probably aren't very different than it would have been bad for you. And I had you all through that, and that was great. That made the difference. So gratitude, a huge vote of gratitude. And that's it. The only thing left to do is tag people. And for the BookTube Reflections tag, I want to tag everybody who has a current BookTube channel, because these are great questions. This is a perfect capstone to put on a year, to say, oh, I'm going to reflect on these things as the year comes to an end. And I want to hear those reflections from all of you. So if you don't do this tag, still do those reflections, because I still want to hear them. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.